Today's video is about chapter 1087. And let me tell you guys, this chapter is a banger. But first, cue the intro.
It's your boy Young Goose, I'm back at it again. Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with a couple friends.
Yeah, it's your boy Young Goose.
Yo, what is up, guys?
It's
your boy
Young Goose.
And I'm back again for another video. Listen, y'all.
And the video is on chapter 1087, titled Battleship Bag. Listen, it's been a long month without One Piece chapters, and truly this chapter is a banger. And if you guys have not read the chapter yet, make sure you guys go read the chapter and then come right back to this video. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys enjoyed the content, now it's about time we talk about the chapter. And this chapter is titled Battleship Bag. For the cover page, we get Ace heating up the bathwater of a capybara, and this is honestly like a dope cover page in my opinion. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys miss Ace just like I do, and if you guys do, make sure you leave a like on the video. And this is like really dope, and it's pretty crazy, right? Because this chapter is about Ace's granddad, and this is honestly like awesome because Garp is actually fighting off the Blackbeard pirates, and he's kind of going crazy. Like of course Sword's helping him, right? But they're not doing the stuff that Garp's doing. He's basically their protector, and I guess it's because that's his sector of the Marines. All these Marines look up to him, and it's kind of crazy because 𝚲𝚘𝚎𝚑𝚝, right, has a little backstory in this chapter, and it's honestly like it's pretty heartfelt, right? So we get Garp pretty much saying, "I'm not trying to be your mentor. Like you're trying to slow me down. Like I don't even want to take care of my own kid, but I'm just playing about that, or maybe I'm not because Dragon did become a revolutionary. Maybe Garp's fling or his woman, whoever it was, might have been this person that was a revolutionary also. And Garp obviously wasn't raising his kid because he's with the Marines. But all right, that's besides the point, right? So we see that Garp actually takes 𝚲𝚘𝚎 under his wing. We get a little backstory on their punching of the ships, and a person of the Marines is asking a vice admiral what happened to these ships, and the vice admiral says Garp and 𝚲𝚘𝚎 were punching these things, and we get a little backstory. I'm telling y'all, this is pretty crazy, right? The backstory comes up, and Garp and 𝚲𝚎𝚎 are just punching these ships. No hockey, no devil fruit, nothing. Garp is the sensei, and 𝚲𝚘𝚎 is his student. As we see in the panel here, Garp's fist is making a bam, while 𝚲𝚘𝚎 is making a whack. And then some time passes. Garp's still at a bam. 𝚲𝚘𝚎 at a thud. Next after that, Garp and 𝚲𝚘𝚎 both hitting the bolts, and it's a bam. So we see that at this point in time, Garp and 𝚲𝚘𝚎 are at the same level. Garp has maintained his level though throughout these years, whatever amount of time has passed by, which is pretty crazy because Garp is probably still in his prime, and 𝚲𝚘𝚎 is coming to this prime of his own. And that means that he's at admiral level at this point in time, because we see that 𝚲𝚎 came to Garp when he was trying to become an admiral after he made it to a vice admiral state. And obviously Garp is the hero of the Marines, the best teacher out there, as we see with Kobe and Helmeppo. So I just want to take a side note real quick. It kind of seems like Garp and Whitebeard have a little bit of a similar characteristic. Garp seems to be bringing these individuals into his own family, just like Whitebeard did, but just in a different way. He's having these individuals come into his sector of the government, but not really make them, but they want to because he's such a great person, and he's also a great fighter and leader. He's obviously a conqueror, as we saw with his attack on Hachinosu, and we see right here against 𝚲𝚘𝚎 himself as well. This makes me think that 𝚲𝚘𝚎 is also a conqueror because we see these black lightning bolts. They're both using haki. Obviously there's no there's no air between them, or they're not touching fists, but they are hitting each other as if they both dodged each other's attack, but they hit each other. This isn't a battle between conquerors, but it's a battle between student and teacher. This is a different type of battle than you would have seen against Blackbeard and Garp, or even Garp versus Luffy. Not Luffy. Garp versus Kaido, right? We saw Luffy and Kaido, they both split the skies, but maybe this is just them hitting each other because Garp is hurt that his student wanted to just up and leave because he lost a fight or whatever happened. But I feel like there's emotions tied into this fight, so it's just different than any other fight that we've really seen, because Garp, he has to be going all out. He's an older man, right? We obviously know that he's over that of a first commander level. So right now, I believe he's admiral, just as Kuzan is. Because look right here, we see that he saw that Shiryu was coming. That's some insane observation haki. I don't believe he's using observation with his eyes, but he's using observation with his hearing. We obviously know that Enel had crazy observation haki in Skypiea, where he could just hear anybody that was on the island, and that's why he was able to strike wherever he wanted to. So I believe that Garp is using this because we really haven't seen the observation haki of hearing being used very well, but I believe we actually did, right? Because Shanks, right? He was able to see exactly where they were. He heard the conversation that Green Bull was having against those people of Wano, whom were Momo and the Akaiza 9. And we also can't forget the moment when Kid, Law, Sanji, they all realized that Luffy woke up after he was dead when he awakened Gear 5. But let's get back into the chapter instead of reminiscing what happened in the past, right? So I find it great that Oda made it a point to mention that Garp got stabbed by Shiryu, and someone in the crowd of individuals on Hachinosu made a point to say he actually stabbed Iron Garp. Iron Garp, right? All right, that means that obviously he's hard to pierce, just like Big Mom, Kaido, perhaps Whitebeard, and I guess you could say that's probably how Shanks might be as well, because he, as we might think, is a hockey man. And as we see in this panel here, Garp has the bounty from the Cross Guild of 3 crowns. That means he's worth 3 billion berries. That means he has to be at around the same strength as Luffy. So I didn't have this video come out yet, but I was trying to say that Luffy has to be at least Admiral level right now. He's not Yonko level, but he's Admiral. And that's exactly why I have this belief that when Kizaru and Saturn get to Egghead, Saturn's gonna be taken on by the rest of the Straw Hats, or by someone who might pop up from the Blackbeard Pirates. And Kizaru is gonna be fighting Luffy, the newly found Yonko. Luffy has to be at Kizaru's level. This is gonna be a showing of Kizaru versus Luffy. You can't push me around anymore. You can't try and stomp my crew members over. You can't take us down like you did before. But let's get back to the chapter. Sorry for the side note. Garp, the hero. He is literally constantly telling Kobe not to lose his composure. I believe that Garp is just trying to shape Kobe into the man that he is, right? Because Garp isn't losing his composure, even though he's fighting his old student. Garp is just trying to do everything he could in order to keep the situation from getting out of hand, in order for his students and the people that they are saving to be okay. I believe that with Kizaru going to attack the ships, Garp saw a future that isn't really gonna be bad for the individuals of Sword and those that are on the side against Blackbeard's crew. I have a feeling that Aokiji won't let the individuals that Pizarro is going to kill right now get hurt. Obviously, we know Aokiji doesn't have a bad heart. He's just in a situation that he excommunicated from the Marines. And that doesn't mean that he's not a part of the Marines. It just means that he's not able to participate with the Marines. Perhaps he's a spy. Perhaps he's just a guy venturing across the world trying to make his goal come true, whatever that goal exactly might be. Because we obviously saw him help Robin. He helped Saul, because obviously Saul is still alive. And the thing about the Blackbeard Pirates is that they aren't going towards one goal. They're just with this crew because it helps them reach their own goal, and they each have a different personality. As we see with Pizarro, he says he wants to be famous. He wants the world to know his name. And Pizarro says something pretty interesting here that caught my attention. He says, the renowned Vice Admiral Garp, accompanied by young elite troops who attempted to rescue the hero of the Marines, Captain Kobe. And this gives me an eerie feeling right now because Garp is obviously the hero of the Marines, right? So what if Garp actually does pass here? Does Kobe officially become the hero of the Marines? I wonder if Luffy doesn't want to be a hero because of his grandpa, the hero. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments.
Tears on your feet, yeah, that's so good.